Hey, this is Dr. Dean. Thanks for joining me. The Dirty Dozen. Rooms that have the reputation for being scams and exist under multiple names, and when they become corrupted with their reputation, they reinvent themselves, and at least in one case, under CFTC investigation. So here we go. I'm Dr. Dean. This is the date. I have a website, Global Trade Titans, that has papers on it, especially the ones I publish in this journal that I run, Enlightened Futures Trading. And I have a decent YouTube channel that has all the videos, and it's going to have this one as well. So let's get started. As always, for those of you who like to skip ahead, this is the ascending time frame for the 12 rooms I'm going to discuss. Here we go. Now, there are many rooms that exist under multiple names. You may have recognized these ones that morphed into these ones, and in some cases even one more again. I've done my best to point these out and do videos on these rooms to avoid them. These are more of the same types of rooms. Let me show you why. So, number one on my list, trading of the Dirty Dozen, is Trading Star Pro, a room I was in and did a video on as a room to avoid, which now I know has morphed over to this room, Alert Trade Profit, which is also a room to avoid. Let me show you why. Both claim to have these kinds of affiliations and publications and presentations. None of these are true. Number two, people wrote me and said that very often his publications of profit and loss were fraud, that he manipulated the clock on his computer, which was true. I'd seen the same thing. Number three, once he closed his account in TradeStar Pro, he opened up the Alert Trade Profit website and posted these kinds of profits, plus 300, which was actually minus 80. Complete fabrication, plus 155, minus 220. And a break-even day, which is really minus 280. When he talked about us, he doesn't use any names or paces, but I tell you who it's run by, Harry Singh. Here he is. Here's a more recent picture of Harry Singh and his son, I guess Harry Jr. No matter what, I give them an F and avoid this room. Number two, smart money that morphed into Your Trading Day, run by this guy, Steve DeWitt, who wrote me in 2017 and said, would you come to my room and critique it for my methods and help me understand how I can be more concise, offer more concise value to my members? Bravo. So I said, okay, fine, but the first part is that you need to have a detailed, forthright track record. He doesn't have one. So he said, I will start to do that. Fast forward 8 months later, nothing. No track record at all. I said, you lied to me. On my next video, I'm going to kick you to the curb. He emails back and says, be very careful, Dean. I've already forwarded your email to my lawyer, and I'll go after you all damages. All right. Oh, by the way, then he emails and says he's closing his trade room, so I had a small memorial service there, Trading Day. But I'll tell you the following, he still has his membership up, so whether he's down for the count or not, avoid this room. Number three, trading price action on futures. I was in this room in 2015. I did a video in early 2016 as a room to avoid. I updated the video as well, and it looks like this. This room doesn't make any money. He trades all day. He doesn't make any money. So a room to avoid. And if you look at some of the track records he has here, I did the calculations down to the penny. Horrible performance. Same thing for 2017. You make basically $55 a day for the whole year, if you took all the trades, by the way. So the room fails due to lack of performance. How could it not? Another one bites the dust. I was pleased to see, and once again I had a small memorial service to celebrate the loss of the room. Then I get this email. March 4th, 2018, he has a refreshed website. All right, who cares? Avis Trader. Changes to navigation, drop-down menus, worthless, right? Improved structure and content, I don't care. I have one question. He says, don't hesitate. Don't look back, jump right in. I have a question. Do you make any money, man? Yes or no? No performance data, man. No track record. I give that an F. He has this picture posted of him. What do you think? Looks very good, Alex, right? It's straight from the 50s hairdo. So I think Alex, you ought to get a different hairdo. Room to avoid, even before it's opened up. No performance, no track record, no data. Number 4. Day Trading University. What a joke. It's not a university, and it doesn't day trade. It's run by this guy, Ken Calhoun. Room to avoid. And I did a video on bogus universities and phony academies, and he's front and center in that video as well. So now he has a new one, Trade Mastery. There he is. Ridiculous. Now, Ninja guidelines say not to use the word master or mastery because it conveys world-class, outstanding, magnificent, and successful, none of which, of course, have been shown or proven. I give this an F as well. Useless. Now, he opened it up. He just had an email he sent me. Look at this. Trading the open live room. Now, watch carefully. No actual trades are made. No trade advice or recommendations are provided, and all information is published for educational use. So I have a question for you. What do you call a bowling alley where you do not bowl? What do you call a dance studio where you do not dance? Well, how about a trading room where you do not trade? A sales room. This is a sales room. I give it an F. Avoid and avoid. Number 5, here we are, horse trades. This is what his website looks like. He has videos. These are current, by the way. 2018. If you go to the video, you'll watch him take a trade. I'll just open it up here and expand it up for you. There it is. This trade is executed off-screen and brought on when it's profitable. I call those cameo trades, and I don't accept them. You can take any number of trades off-screen, get rid of the ones you don't like, and keep the ones you do like and send in the videos that way. Here's a second trade that came up right here. I'll expand it up again. He's making quite a bit of money on this trade, 10 contracts per trade. He never shows his trades in real time. Now he's gone on to form another site, E-mini Tutor. By the way, most of the trades before were taken on the Russell, so now he's on E-mini. He doesn't have a track record. He does not show his trades in real time, and you cannot calculate the performance or transparency of his trading. Rooms to avoid for that reason. Number 6, Back to the Future Trading. I got this email from Michael in 2012. I asked him about a live trading room. Now, look carefully. Well, it's less of a trading room. Well, that means it's not a trade room at all, right? I asked him if he has live trades. Our goal is not to produce consistent trading results. Oh, well, that's the goal of the rest of the world. Of course, why would you want to do that? I saw it on Online Trader Central. This is 2016, Back to the Future. Isn't that based on a movie? 5 days before moves occur. Nonsense. Ridiculous. Just silly. He has the highest probability of support and the highest probability of setup. So that's just moronic. What is highest probability and who measured it? Michael. Remember, highest is one of those words that Ninja Guidelines says to avoid in your presentation. Flux package, the investor package. I just think that's galactically stupid. That's just me. Now look at this. He says he doesn't have a track record because he's not registered. Now this is Roberta Hyacinth, a colleague of mine that wrote him. That's a lie, and it was never true. You don't need to be a CTA to have a track record. So we wrote back and forth, and we got into a little pissing match with him. He talks about inherent hostility. He's not going to work with us. Oh, okay, really? Cease attempting to trade. You do not have the temperament for it. You're going to lose all your money in catastrophic losses. Would you have said that if you thought it was a man writing you? I think that's just rude. I did that, this response of his in my video, We Ain't Got No Stinking Track Record, is one of the 20 most silly responses I got. Now, right today, he offers these packages. I think these are nonsensical. Tachyon Prime. Wacky. So silly. Stupid, man. Just a room to avoid. And oh, by the way, look at this. What do we have here? Ho, ho, ho. Fractal pivotal confluence, most statistically relevant. What measurements were made and where are those results? World's most powerful night. Don't make me laugh. How is most powerful defined and measured and who did it? And within the whole world? Oh, I'm just so excited. How many comparisons were done to substantiate most powerful? Trend, stalker, elite. Oh, scam, scam, scam. Number 7, coming in at day trading the futures. This is what the website currently looks at. I did a video in March of 2016. This is a room to avoid after being in the room for 4 months. And now has another website called Symmetry Indicators. Doesn't matter. Avoid them both. Remember this question and answer. Let's take a look. When you're in the room, you see these kinds of pictures. Lots of lines and dots. Here's levels and numbers and bubble circles. Here's some more. And here's some more. Now the single trade is called. There are no entries, no exits, no targets, and no stops. And Bruce doesn't behave. He has an assault charge. Day trading the futures, symmetry indicators, rooms to avoid. They do not trade. They have no track record. They have no performance data at all. Number 8. Originally this room, Futures FX with Simon. Here he is. Look how handsome. Morphed into Global Trade Room. I spent some time in this room and I originally recommended it. It was truthful, it was transparent, and profitable. And then it wasn't. It started to show trades without entries and went on to claim large profits, having never executed the trade at all. Or it often claimed in its statements that it had real cash profits, but it never showed the statements at all. And it would go, without showing trades, it would claim it was trading up to 10 contracts per trade. So I made it a room to avoid, took it off my list. Then it morphed into the Trader Institute. It's not an institute. And then I got this email. Questionnaire on Futures FX, Global Trade Room, and the Trader Institute. CFTC is after them, and they always get their man or woman. I got 4 more questionnaires, by the way, on 4 more of the rooms. You can email me if you want to know who's under the gun right now. Number 9, XMA trading, also known as pivot lines, also known as shadow day trading. I did videos to avoid these rooms in January of 2017. Now there's a new one, easy futures trading. You want to avoid these rooms for the following reasons. This is how they roll. 1, they present an exceptional track record. 135 trades, $25,000. Count me in. Number 2, they deny any free trials. Pivot lines to the left, shadow day trading to the right, easy futures to the bottom. Any dumb reason. But don't cry just yet. They provide an attractive alternative. They'll give you a massive price reduction on membership, almost half off. All right, count me in. And don't worry, your purchase comes with a money-back guarantee, which when you read the fine print will show you that you can never get your money back because the criteria for refund is so demanding and yet at the same time so trivial, such the smallest amount of money, that in fact you will never be able to satisfy it. So they're going to keep your money and you're not going to get a thing. And who promotes them? Online Trader Central. Oh, Online Trader Central. Oh, Online Trader Central again. Here's Kevin Driscoll. He's the one that does that. Why would he promote these rooms that do this kind of scam on people? Come on, Kevin. We know they're a scam. We know they're frauds. And we know they're ripoffs. So why do you promote them? Yes, money. Kevin gets paid. He liked the money, man. He liked the money. He wants even more money. Now, recently in trading school, Emmett published this. He said that after he did a review, easy futures trading packed up and took off after his review. Not actually true. June 21st, actually on June 10th, I wrote them this email and said I'm an expert witness, and my advice for you is to cease and desist, and they did. XMA, easy futures, shadow trading, pivot lines, and the next one, all rooms to avoid. Now you know what to look for. Number 10, Chris. He published this statement. Once in a decade, is able to generate $1.9 million in trading. That is such a huge, titanic pile of phony baloney. He has not 1, but 5 rooms. Does he trade in any of these rooms? Nope. Do you have a track record? Nope. Any performance data? Not a penny. What do we call rooms where you don't trade? Yes. Doesn't satisfy any of my rules. These are rooms to avoid, and all 5 of them. The oil and the gold and oil guy doesn't even trade gold and oil. What does he call that then? Number 11, the E-mini trading professor, David Adams. I was in his room for 3-4 months. Here's a screenshot of what his website looked like when he was trading. I did a paper on him in Market Clips as a room to avoid. He had 3 lies on his website. 1, our performance is third-party audited. That's not true. Number 2, he makes $500 to $1,000 a day. That is completely not true. Number 3, he has 0 unhappy clients and an army of unhappy clients. He was a fraud. And this guy got so pissed at him, he did a website right here just devoted to being David Adams, a fraudulent person and a scam artist. Then he went to E-mini professor on Twitter. Then he formed Fractal Futures Trader, and then E-mini Maven for a short period of time, Honest Forex Signals for a while, then LearnToTradeAndInvest.com, where he actually closed up and left. It's for sale now. Then he formed Unique Thinking E-mini Trading, which apparently I think is already account closed as well. He is in every situation a room to avoid, a man who cannot and has never traded. Number 12, the most vicious of them all. 5 rooms, count them, run by this guy, David Kuvalis, who has numerous anti-Semitic, anti-American, and death threats and is under federal investigation. Let me show you something. I saw this video, this announcement for his presentation in 2016. Here he is on December 13th. David Kuvalis, Superior Trading. Now it turns out the Superior Trading system is the same as Code Trading, which is the same as Oil Trading Academy. I found 3 of them at the time. So I wrote him on December 12th. This is a day before his video, and I said, I sent it to MarketWorks, which of course is where he was presenting, and I showed them this email that was sent, and I said to Kevin, you are now informed, right? And I also sent it to Code Trading Systems as well. So Kevin saw this email the day before, and he did nothing. It says the anti-Semitic comments here you can read for yourself. I'm not going to read them out loud. Now, when I sent this comment to both the MarketWorks as well as David, I actually found out that there are 2 other rooms, E-mini S&P Secret and the Oil Trading Academy. All 5 had exactly the same track record. Oh, bravo. That's a big scam. And I sent that to Kevin as well. I also sent it to the CFTC. And basically, this guy that runs these 5 rooms is hostile, arrogant, insulting, rude, just terrible. Now get this. 13th, early in the morning, I get this email. This is who you support, Kevin. I sent to Kevin, you are dead meat. I'm going to put you out of misery. There isn't a human alive that can stop me from taking you down, Jew boy. He thinks I'm Jewish. I don't know why. So I sent this email to Kevin. I said, you are promoting a man who's issuing death threats hours before he's going to do the presentation on Online Trader Central. What did Kevin do? Kevin did nothing. Why? Because Kevin gets paid. He liked the money, man. I have never seen more disgusting, greedy, unethical behavior in my life. So the dirty dozen. Rooms that appear to be scams, fakes, and phonies existing under multiple names that jettison old corrupted reputations and sites to reinvent themselves, and at least one is under investigation. This is Dr. Dean. As always, thank you for listening and watching. Agree or disagree, post your comments. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Bye-bye.